Once upon a chilling evening, in a quiet suburban neighborhood, two young brothers named Timmy and Danny found themselves home alone. Their parents had gone out for the night, leaving them with strict instructions to stay put and not open the door for anyone. They promised to behave, of course, but little did they know that their night was about to take a terrifying turn. As the hours passed, hunger began to gnaw at their stomachs, and their dinner plans seemed less and less appealing. Timmy, the older of the two, had a brilliant idea. "Hey Danny," he said, "how about we order a pizza? Mom and Dad won't be back for a while, and I know where they keep their credit card." Danny's eyes lit up with excitement at the prospect of pizza. "That's a great idea, Timmy. Let's do it." With a devious grin, Timmy grabbed his parents' credit card and dialed the number for their favorite pizza place. The anticipation grew as they discussed their favorite toppings and placed their order. Minutes felt like hours as they waited for the doorbell to ring. Finally, the moment arrived, and the doorbell chimed through the quiet house. Timmy rushed to answer it, while Danny followed closely behind. As the door swung open, the boys were met with an eerie sight. The pizza delivery guy was unlike any they had ever seen. He was tall and thin, with long, greasy hair that hung down over his face, obscuring his features. His pale, gaunt complexion made him look as if he hadn't seen the sun in years. "Good evening, young sirs," the strange pizza delivery guy said in a soft, almost whisper-like voice. "I've got your pizza right here." Timmy and Danny exchanged nervous glances but paid for the pizza and took it from the unsettling man. As they closed the door, they couldn't help but feel a shiver run down their spines. They carried the pizza into the kitchen and started to eat, trying to put the creepy delivery guy out of their minds. But as they took their first bites, they noticed something odd. The taste of the pizza was strange, unlike anything they had ever ordered before. It had a metallic, almost bitter flavor that made them both grimace. "What's wrong with this pizza, Timmy?" Danny asked, his face contorted in disgust. Timmy inspected the slice he held and saw something horrifying. There, nestled among the cheese and pepperoni, was a gleaming, blood-soaked knife. It sent terror racing through their veins. Just as the realization struck, they heard a creaking sound coming from the hallway. The strange pizza delivery guy had somehow entered their house and was now standing just beyond the kitchen door, still clutching the bloodied knife. With trembling hands and hearts pounding, the brothers backed away from the kitchen door. The pizza guy's once whispered voice grew into a chilling, maniacal laugh that echoed through the house. "You should have never opened the door, boys," he hissed, his face contorting into a deranged smile. With nowhere to run and the deranged pizza delivery guy closing in, Timmy and Danny realized they were trapped. They had no choice but to confront this nightmarish intruder and try to make it out alive. As they faced the psychopathic pizza delivery guy, their once friendly evening had turned into a horrifying nightmare, and the chilling laughter of their unexpected guest echoed throughout the house, sealing their fate in a gruesome tale of terror.
Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled deep in the woods, lived a young brother and sister named Alex and Emily. They were known throughout the town for their adventurous spirit and insatiable curiosity. Their days were filled with exploration. But one place had always piqued their interest: the mysterious, old abandoned mansion at the edge of the forest. It was a gloomy, overcast afternoon when the siblings decided it was finally time to unravel the secrets of the mansion. Armed with their flashlights and the sense of excitement, they ventured into the dense woods, where the path led them to the mansion's looming, decrepit gates. The mansion stood frozen in time, its once grand facade now weathered and crumbling. Broken windows stared out like empty eye sockets, and the overgrown vines seemed like twisted fingers, reaching for anyone daring enough to enter. But Alex and Emily were undeterred. They pushed the heavy gates open and entered the mansion, their footsteps echoing eerily through the empty hallways. Dust hung thick in the air, and the silence was broken only by the sound of their anxious breathing. As they explored room after room, their flashlights illuminated scenes from the past: a grand ballroom with faded chandeliers, a dusty library filled with ancient books, and a creaky staircase that led to the upper floors. Each step brought them deeper into the heart of the mansion's mysteries. But then, in a room at the end of a long, dark corridor, they found something that sent shivers down their spines. On the wall, there was a painting, a portrait of a family. The mother, father, and their 2 children looked just like Alex and Emily, dressed in clothes from a bygone era. It was as if the painting was a reflection of them in another time, another life. They couldn't tear their eyes away, and a sense of dread settled in the pit of their stomachs. Suddenly, a chilling voice echoed through the room. "Welcome back, my children," it whispered, sending a cold breeze through the air. Alex and Emily spun around, their flashlights trembling. They were no longer alone in the room. Standing before them was a shadowy figure, dressed in tattered clothing from the past, its face obscured in darkness. "We've been waiting for you," the figure continued, its voice a haunting melody. "You've returned to us." Panic surged through the siblings as they realized they were trapped in a time that was not their own. The mansion had a sinister secret, a curse that bound them to the past. With trembling hearts, they knew they had to find a way to break free from the mansion's grip. But the ghostly figure had other plans, and it would take all of their courage and wits to escape the clutches of the haunted mansion and return to their own time. As I leave you with this spine-tingling tale, remember that sometimes the allure of the unknown can lead us down a path filled with darkness and despair. Alex and Emily learned this the hard way, and their harrowing adventure serves as a cautionary tale for all who dare to explore the mysteries of the past. And so, my friends, I bid you good night, and may your dreams be free from the shadows that lurk in the corners of the world. But remember, curiosity may have its rewards, but it also has its dangers, as Alex and Emily discovered in the haunted mansion in the woods.
Once in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the Andersons were the embodiment of an ordinary, happy family. John, the father, was a kind-hearted accountant, while Emily, the mother, was a nurturing homemaker. Their 2 children, Lily and Sam, filled their days with laughter and endless curiosity. But there was a peculiar secret within their home that had intrigued the neighborhood for generations: a locked door in the dimly lit basement. A stern warning passed down like a whispered ghost story had always held the Andersons back from opening it. Yet, as they say, curiosity is a relentless temptress. One sweltering summer night, Emily, overtaken by that relentless curiosity, descended the creaky basement stairs. Her heart raced as she inserted the ancient key into the lock. The door groaned open, releasing a chilly breath of air that sent a shiver down her spine. It closed behind her with a heavy thud, sealing her fate. Hours stretched into an eternity as John, Lily, and Sam awoke to find their home eerily silent. Panic surged through them as they descended into the basement, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness. And there, in the hidden chamber, they found Emily, but she was no longer the woman they knew. Her eyes, once warm and loving, had turned cold and vacant. Her voice, once soothing, now dripped with malevolence. Emily was possessed by an ancient, sinister force that had waited in that hidden chamber for generations. The Andersons' once peaceful life descended into a waking nightmare. The possessed Emily tormented them, forcing them into bizarre rituals that defied reason. The bonds of family began to unravel as they became pawns in a malevolent game. Weeks turned into a relentless nightmare, and the Andersons knew they had to find a way to break the curse that had bound them to that cursed chamber. With love as their only weapon, they embarked on a harrowing journey to free Emily from the clutches of the malevolent entity. But breaking a curse is no simple task, my friends. The Andersons would need to summon every ounce of their strength and determination to confront the horrors lurking within the hidden chamber. As I bid you good night, remember, even in the darkest of times, the power of family bonds can be a formidable force. The Andersons' nightmarish ordeal serves as a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed, even by the most ordinary of families.